Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The crash on the Oakland County Board of Commissioners get their nominee to fill a long-held Republican seat. How did they do it? We'll explain.
I just said, get out, get out. I'm not leaving until all of you are out. I'm staying until all of you are out.
It's a back-to-school shopping scare they never saw coming. Facing flames, a mother rescues a group of boys from her burning car. The Dearborn mother had a car full of kids on her way to 12 Oaks Mall when this happened.
Her car exploded on I-96 and her motherly instincts immediately kicked in. She managed to get her SUV out of the way of traffic and all 6 boys to safety. Sean Lay spoke to her about her heroic actions. Sean?
And moms and dads watching at home, you have to think, what would I do in this situation? Look, you're behind the wheel, your mind is on back to school shopping, and those 6 kids you have in your car on the highway, suddenly it erupts into fire. Watch this mom, she stayed calm, she stayed cool.
Back to school shopping. It was the first trip that we're taking to 12 Oaks Mall.
Dearborn mom Feiruz Bazi even snapped this photo as she was headed out for that back to school shopping trip with her 2 sons and 4 of their friends. It was a packed SUV when on I-96.
And all of a sudden, within seconds, I smelled something like a little burn.
Her SUV exploded into fire.
Oh my God! It wasn't like a little fire, it was flaming.
She had to safely get the burning SUV to the side and get those boys out.
And I said, as soon as I tell you, you jump out of the car, because now the flame is coming at me. As soon as I stopped the car, I said, go, go, go. And I'm counting how many kids are leaving. I said, guys, this is about to explode. I can feel the flame coming this way too. So I pretty much jumped over.
With everyone safe, Farmington Hills Police and fire put the fire out. Firefighters giving Feiruz and the boys a ride back to the fire station in a fire truck. Her son, Rami,
and I was like, okay, this thing is just gonna explode right now.
Says it was intense, and mom is a hero.
She did it almost as if it was instinctive.
We were about to go school shopping, so, but we're going today.
That is some back to school shopping trip. That was her Saturn SUV that you saw burning in the video. Look, Feiruz says she wanted to speak to us because she wanted to simply say thank you to those first responders. So we'll do that right now. She says, thank you, Trooper Finney, Battalion Chief Belsky, Sergeant Nick, Sergeant Eric, Captain Ed, and Jamal. And hey, another shout out goes to Feiruz Bazi for saving those 6 kids. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Crazy. She's a tiny little woman, too. My goodness.
And now she needs a car, and they still need school supplies, Sean.
That's true. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Sean, we appreciate it.
Quite the story. The Wyandotte School volunteer accused of sexually assaulting students will stand trial. Michael Beebe was arrested last month after police followed up on complaints about his behavior around kids. He's been charged with 15 counts of sex crimes against children. Beebe was a parent volunteer at James Monroe Elementary. The Michigan Attorney General's office will look into a controversial encounter involving the Royal Oak Police Department.
It comes as new dashcam video was released in the exchange.
I'm going into the restaurant and he swoops down. But I'm going to get some food.
Okay.
You're not telling me what crime I committed. I didn't commit a crime.
Royal Oak police stopped 20-year-old Devin Myers at the In Season Cafe Tuesday after a woman called 911 saying he looked suspicious. He said he was just looking for a place to park. Police detained him, but later let him go. The Royal Oak Police Department apologized for the incident and disciplined the supervisor involved. Today, the state's Civil Rights Division launched an investigation.
After days of backroom deals and partisan fighting, Oakland County has named a replacement for longtime leader L. Brooks Patterson.
He's Ferndale Mayor Dave Coulter, a Democrat. Coulter was approved in a 11-10 vote along party lines. It was a tense day that even involved a trip to court. Priya Mann is live in Ferndale. And Priya, what does this appointment mean for the people who live there?
Well, first things first, Kimberly, he has to formally resign, and that will happen at a special meeting on Monday. Then City Council has to decide who to appoint next. And if they appoint from within, well, that will leave an open seat. So you can see there's a domino effect there. And just last month, there was a councilwoman who stepped down because she's running to be the next mayor. So while that search officially begins on Monday, the political fallout from what happened today at the Oakland County Board of Commissioners meeting will last for much longer.
I didn't apply. I wasn't interested in this position. I didn't campaign for it. But I think some people thought maybe I could be a consensus candidate.
Ferndale Mayor turned Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter is trying to build bridges between a divided board.
I'm going to reach out to Republicans, to the staff, to business leaders, faith leaders, people in this county, and say, look, I want your best ideas. What can we do to move forward together?
Republicans accuse Democrats of backdoor politics to get their nominee in the seat left vacant by L. Brooks Patterson.
It took 25 years to build a AAA bond rating and a great reputation from Oakland County. Only a week and a half of the Democrats to tear it down.
Do you think this process was fair?
It was legal.
Coulter is no stranger to the politics at play here. He served 4 terms as a commissioner. Republicans say this was far from a transparent process.
Listen, I like David Coulter. I think he's a decent individual. I don't think he should have been placed in this position.
His appointment ends a tumultuous 2 weeks of political infighting, to the point a county employee lathered every chair in the room with essential oils, trying to remove the quote-unquote bad energy. Now Coulter has to resign as the mayor of Ferndale. That's expected to happen next week.
They should have waited. He hasn't even resigned from the position of mayor. So again, we come into the same position where the Democrats keep rushing this.
I think they want us, at the end of the day, to move forward past the politics and get stuff done.
And that's what he's focused on. He says his first priority will be the budget and that he wants to work with as many people as possible. Now, Republicans, they are not convinced. You know, this vote came down to party lines. And the other controversy today was Chairman Dave Woodward, who's a Democrat. He actually resigned because he thought he would be getting the executive position. And when that didn't happen, he showed up at work today. That also had Republicans very upset. It was a packed meeting as well. Reporting live from the city of Ferndale, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Yeah, so much going on, Priya. And then what about his campaign for the state legislature? Does the appointment impact Coulter's campaign for that?
Yeah, so he said a lot has happened in the last 48 hours. He did say he thinks that campaign would serve as a distraction, but he didn't rule it out completely. We will, of course, continue to follow this story.
Yeah, so much happening. Okay, thanks, Priya. A Clinton Township woman is charged after her elderly mother is severely beaten and left to die. Anne Marie Walsh is charged with vulnerable adult abuse. Prosecutors say she brutally attacked her mother and left her laying on the floor of their apartment for 2 days. The victim's injuries include a brain bleed and multiple broken bones. We're told she's in the hospital and is not expected to survive. Walsh is being held on a $100,000 bond. She could face 15 years if convicted.
Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib is standing firm on her decision not to travel to Israel after all to visit her 90-year-old grandmother. Tonight, the people she represents are weighing in. The controversy started yesterday when Tlaib was barred from visiting Jerusalem and the West Bank over her support of an Israeli boycott. This morning, Israel agreed to allow the visit on humanitarian grounds if Tlaib promised not to boycott. Then, in a statement today, Tlaib said she's scrapping the entire trip, writing, quote, "Visiting my grandmother under these oppressive conditions meant to humiliate me, would break my grandmother's heart," end quote. So let's get out to Larry Sproul with reaction to the whole drama, the entire saga. Larry.
Good evening, Kimberly and Jason. I spoke with a lot of her supporters today. They tell me that they back her 100%. As a matter of fact, take a look at the rally. You can see people are here waiting to hear from the Congresswoman herself. Now, we are told that she will speak to the crowd. What she's going to talk about, we're not 100% sure, but the people here say they back her all the way.
I think she's doing a great job.
I think she knew, and that's what we need now, new people, up there in Washington.
It's an overwhelming vote of a job well done among the voters in Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib's district. Many that lives in her district, shown in this map, approves of her. Marie Hill is one of them.
She's trying to make it better in the neighborhoods.
Many I talked to tell me they stand behind Tlaib, especially after the latest controversy. On Thursday, Israel announced it was barring Tlaib and Representative Omar from entry. That move came after a public statement from Donald Trump via Twitter, saying it would show great weakness if Israel allowed Representatives Omar and Tlaib to visit. He also says they hate Israel and all Jewish people. Now, Friday we learned she was allowed to travel, but Tlaib says that she would not take that trip to see her grandmother after all. While most agree with her decision, some of her supporters believe she could do more outside all the drama.
All that drama between the two of them, you know, since he been in office, I ain't never seen so much chaos here and there here. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
And I did speak to the Congresswoman before this started. When she arrived here, she tells me that she will address and talk to the media after today's rally. And you best believe that we will ask her about the situation between her grandmother and Israel. We'll have the latest coming up tonight at 11. We are live in News Center tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Thank you very much, Larry.
All right, time now to get a look at some of the top national stories you'll see on NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Peter Alexander joins us live from New York City with a preview. Peter.
Kim and Jason, good evening to you. Coming up tonight, new details about that fiery plane crash involving NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his family, plus the new weight loss app aimed at children as young as 8 years old. Why it is drawing criticism tonight.
Yeah, I heard some talk about that earlier today, Peter. This is about an app from Weight Watchers, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's certainly been some backlash online for this. Parents may be paying attention. A lot of them are already outraged. But we spoke with a dietitian who says that this could actually be a positive thing. We'll have details on all of it ahead on NBC Nightly News.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you in just a bit. Thank you.
There's much more ahead here at 6.
We'll take a trip out to the Dream Cruise with Tim Pamplin and a special story on Woodward. Tim.
Every vehicle at the Woodward Dream Cruise has a history, a story to tell. But this vehicle, a 41 Mercury, has a special story. A story of how a loving wife kept her late husband's dream alive. And today that dream becomes a reality. I'll have that story coming up.
Thank you, Tim. Can't wait for that good news story. I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. It's still near 80 degrees, and we've got sunshine with us. But for how long? Any showers in the forecast for Dream Cruise weekend? We'll talk about that and your 7-day forecast coming up.
Check out these photos. A kangaroo, giant rabbits, and hedgehogs. And they were not found inside of a wildlife center. They were found inside of a vacant storefront. We'll tell you what police are saying about this.